Alright, so I'm here at the office of Mr. David Hines, who's a certified public accountant based out of Addison, Illinois. Today I'm going to be meeting with Mr. Hines as well as Mr. Franco, who's the manager and part owner of Florida Fruit Juice Company. Alright, here we go. Let's go check it out. Alright, so to begin our interview, Mr. Franco, Mr. Hines, and I started off by talking about their professional careers and experiences, and I had the opportunity to learn a little bit more about their respective companies and what they're all about. So Florida Fruit Juices is a privately held, family-owned company that was opened up by Mr. Franco's father, actually, back in 1959. And Mr. Hines, who's a CPA who works independently, started working with Florida Fruit Juices about 45 years ago. So Florida Fruit Juices, along with the majority of the accounts Mr. Hines oversees, is completely accrual-based accounting. For their accounting software, they use Peachtree, and their fiscal year ends in September. And Mr. Hines talked a lot about how that can vary between clients, but the September fiscal year end works very well for Florida Fruit Juices because it's right after their busy season, right after summer, actually. So that's the time of year when people are really purchasing and consuming high amounts of those sugary, fruity drinks that Florida Fruit Juices is providing. So that September fiscal year end really is the most efficient for their company. And now Mr. Hines prepares monthly financial statements for the company, which is a really great report card, as Mr. Franco called them, for the company to sort of understand how they're doing. And now for cash, which was the main focus for my interview. It was very interesting because Mr. Franco talked a lot about how cash has become less and less of a crucial factor in their day-to-day business transactions. Now, 15-30 years ago, when Florida Fruit Juices dealt with a lot of smaller clients, smaller vendors, cash was a huge part of their daily transactions. But as Florida Fruit Juices has evolved and they've started working with larger and larger clients. Now they're even working with Aldi. Those cash transactions have become nearly obsolete. And that's also a factor because of the recent technological boom. So it has become so much easier for companies to deal with those transactions online. And another interesting component of that Mr. Franco talked a lot about was that almost all of his payments, both ingoing and outgoing, are net 30. So there really is that quick 30-day turnaround amongst both his receivables and his payables. And now for his inventory management, they use first in, first out, so FIFO. And in other areas of cash, the Florida Fruit Juices Company, they have a small petty cash fund that they keep at the office. But other than that, Mr. Franco said that there really is little to no cash transacted. But despite this, they are still able to accommodate quick orders. So when companies call and say that they need a truckload of X amount of juices, Florida Fruit Juices can supply that by the end of the day even, or by the next day, which really makes them a very desirable company and makes them stand out from their competition. So even regardless of the presence of cash or how they collect those payables and receivables, Florida Fruit Juices is still able to make their business model work and make their business stand out amongst the other beverage companies. Alrighty, and that wraps it up for my Accounting Go See It project. Thanks for watching.